A soldier firing a man-pads. The backblast comes dangerously close to him, creating a serious near miss. A very close call from the wrong end of the weapon. A Russian soldier on a motorbike in southern Donetsk. Rough terrain and a drone closing in. He realizes the bike is no longer helping and abandons it. Now on foot in open ground, with limited cover, the drone was already committed before he could make that decision. One of the more unusual defensive attempts seen on this front. A Russian soldier holds a cut bush up like a shield against an incoming drone, turning it and adjusting its position to keep it between himself and the camera. The drone continues straight through. A Russian mobile fire group's gunner attempts to engage a Ukrainian medium-strike UAV passing overhead in occupied Ukrainian territory. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. A Russian air defense team opens fire on a Ukrainian long-range drone but fails to stop its approach. The drone continues on its course. First-person view of a Ukrainian machine gunner engaging a Russian Shahed drone, captured directly through the lens positioned behind the operator. Two Russian soldiers moving a few meters apart. Both drop flat in the middle of an open field the moment they spot the drones, remaining still on exposed ground with nowhere to take cover on either side. One drone reaches the first. Later, the second drone locates the other. The instinct to stop moving leaves both of them in a highly vulnerable position. Russian soldiers waiting in a vehicle on a road in occupied Donetsk, stationary, apparently believing the route is clear. A drone locates them before they get moving again. Every road leading toward Russian positions on this front is being closely monitored. No route remains secure for long enough to make a difference. Six Russian soldiers sheltering inside a ruined building. A drone delivers an anti-tank mine directly through the roof. The resulting blast inside the enclosed space causes severe structural damage, leaving the situation inside beyond recovery. None of them are seen making it out. A drone already positioned along the road before anyone begins moving. A vehicle carrying a large group comes into range. The drone lifts off immediately. They recognize the situation quickly and move out, but the drone was already committed before the first door opened. Not everyone manages to get clear in time. A Ukrainian Humvee moving soldiers and supplies toward a forward position. A Russian drone closes in on the vehicle during the route. Despite the situation, the vehicle continues under its own power. The crew reaches the position and assists in evacuating wounded soldiers. This is what logistics on this front looks like. A Ukrainian kamikaze drone reaches a Russian FPV assembly workshop in the Zaporizhzhia region, where approximately 100 FPV drones are reportedly stored and prepared for deployment. The resulting impact disables the workshop and the equipment inside. Drones intended for future operations are rendered unusable before they can be deployed. A Russian Zemler remote mine laying system, an engineering vehicle designed to scatter specialized munitions across large areas, allowing minefields to be established without sappers having to physically place each one. A single Zemler can cover significant stretches of terrain in a short period.
Ukraine's 68th Brigade sends an FPV in on the first pass, prompting the crew to abandon the vehicle.
A second fiber optic guided drone reaches the fuel tank, leaving the system disabled. The vehicle that was about to establish a minefield is rendered unusable before it deploys a single munition. Ukrainian fiber optic drones moving through Russian positions in forested terrain.
Vehicles are camouflaged beneath tree cover, concealed from conventional aerial observation.
The cable guidance means there is no wireless signal to disrupt and no conventional connection to interfere with. The operator guides the drone through the tree line and identifies what has been positioned underneath. Camouflage that works against standard drones offers far less protection against a system connected by a physical fiber optic line. A Russian tank in the Zaporizhia direction.
Multiple drone approaches closing in one after another. Each engagement finds a vulnerable point in the armor.
By the end of the sequence, the tank that was supposed to support Russian operations in this sector is completely out of action. Heavy armor, multiple engagements, same result. A civilian captured dramatic footage of several Ukrainian long-range UAVs making a direct approach toward a massive warehouse complex in Russia's Republic of Bashkortostan. The video shows the low-flying drones moving across the sky before reaching the logistics hub, which is heavily utilized by major companies, including the prominent Russian e-commerce giant Wildberries.
Intense blasts followed the impacts, triggering a massive fire across the industrial facility.
Local reports indicate that while the infrastructure suffered severe damage, the facility was newly constructed and did not yet contain retail goods at the time of the incident.
Lyman direction.
Russia pulling reserves into this sector, preparing to intensify operations.
Signum operators are already monitoring every approach. A motorcyclist is intercepted before completing the run.
Assault groups attempting to move toward Ukrainian positions are stopped before reaching their intended area. Russia continues moving forces into this direction, while Signum keeps locating groups before they can get close enough to have an effect. The buildup Russia is organizing is being disrupted before it can be fully utilized.
Mager's bird scanning the Povsk direction. A Russian soldier is spotted quickly. He sees the drone approaching and fires a few rounds in the wrong direction. The drone is already too close for the response to have much effect. It reaches his position before he can adjust his aim effectively. At what range does a rifle actually become ineffective against an FPV drone? Ukrainian fiber optic drones flying low and moving beneath anti-drone netting stretched across roads. The netting designed to block this kind of approach is bypassed by flying underneath it.
Military vehicles on the other side are then disabled.
Fortified positions and trenches are also engaged during the same operation. Operation Hell 2. Ukraine's Azov 1st National Guard Corps warned Russian forces a month ago.
Fuel storage sites in occupied Donetsk were being monitored.
Some units continued using them anyway.
Every affected point on the map is a fuel depot or supply node that was supporting Russian operations in the region.
A month of systematic engagements followed. What was once marked on the map is now heavily damaged ground.
The fuel that was supposed to keep Russian vehicles and equipment operating in this sector is no longer available.